Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now you may notice something is a little different with this week's Pick 5. I know. It's my hat. This is a cowboy hat. It's made of burnt straw. Oh, it's not the hat. Right, it's a lot of things. It's the baby. It's the scenery. Guys, I'm down in Idaho. This is my vacation property, and I'm not one to, pimp out the family like a lot of real estate agents, but I happened to be holding her when I thought I was going to film this, so I thought, what the hell? This is Maya. And we're on vacation, but it's a working vacation, and a lot of you are going to say, you're on vacation, why in the world are you still going to do Pick 5s? I don't know, that's a very good question, and I'll probably discuss that in family therapy with my wife one day. Anyways, guys, I'm going to head inside and get going on the Pick 5, and I hope you enjoy. Bye for now.
Okay, so we're ready to start. Let's do this. This week, guys, I wanted to look at investment properties. I've sold a few, actually several, in the past 2 months. Now, a lot of people seem to think the market out there is slow. When it comes to rental properties, it is not, and many of you can personally attest to that. I brought out a rental property. I think I talked about this on my blog. Last week I had 8 offers on it for rent. So what I'm seeing now is a lot of my investor clients who are looking at, hey, I can pick up a unit for $350 that might have cost $375 in February. The rents are just absurd. They're jumping in and they're picking up units again, and that's really moving in the sort of sub $400,000 market. I'm gonna, the view is amazing, but I don't think this is filming it properly. How's that? It's not as scenic, but at least you guys got the scenic tour earlier today. Anyways, guys, so this week I'm going to show you 5 properties, and I'm speaking quietly because I think my daughter is now napping. Yeah, seriously. The joy of being a dad. So I'm going to show you guys 5 properties, and we're going to go through the numbers. So for some of you guys, you just want to look at photos of units, maybe this isn't your cup of tea. I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you today, so pay attention. And what we are looking for, as I said in the intro, is we're looking for 4% cap rates, right? People think that they're impossible to get. I can tell you that the numbers that I'm going to use today in terms of the rents are extremely conservative. 4% cap rates, not impossible to get. In fact, I have 5 properties here. 3 of them are over 4%. Okay, so let's take a look at the properties that we're going to look at here today. So starting with 281 Mutual Street, Unit 307. So the first thing you're going to see here is $367,000, 26 days on the market. Now, I will tell you that this unit is sold conditionally. Okay, so a lot of times you see 26 days in the market and you think it's sitting. It could have sold 3 weeks ago, and the condition can be very long. But what this is at $367,000, it's a 490 square foot unit. So again, going back to our numbers we're going to look at. Okay, first and foremost, I want to look at the price per square foot. So we're obviously going to look at the cap rate, but again, I want to look at price per square foot. So we're going to say that we get this for $360,000. 490 square feet is $734 a square foot. $734 a square foot. So remember that number, very important because for comparative purposes, obviously. So the unit is on the 3rd floor. It faces north. So from 281 Mutual, a lot of you guys know this layout. You're kind of looking out at the other building. But it does have, it's a decent layout for 490 square feet. Oh, there's the floor plan right there. So you can see living, dining, sleeping is what they show as that little nook back there. There's only 5 photos. So let me go back to it. So here's kind of what you got. So it really is a bachelor, but this thing is rented right now for $1,680 a month. Yeah, I know. And if you put that on the market right now, I think you'd get $1,750. So let's go through these numbers. So $1,680 a month is the rent. The maintenance fees are $318.21. The taxes are $150. Now that's a very exact number. It says here $1,800. I'm pretty sure that that is an approximation. And the one time that I did that, I had to go to RICO jail for 3 days. Yeah. Everyone does it. And I did it. My client said it's about $1,800. I don't know. I think it was like $1,802. And, well, long story short, RICO likes to go after agents for doing things like that because it's so terrible. $2 a month. God damn, what was I thinking? Right, that was a tangent. I'm supposed to be calm on vacation. Anyways, okay, so that was $1,680 a month. Like we said, $318.21, $150 a month maintenance is the taxes. So what you've got is you've got $1,211.79 left over times 12. That's $14,541.48. So we're dividing that number by the purchase price. which is $360,000, and that is exactly 4.0%. 4.0%, that is the cap rate. Now, some of you watching this are saying, what about mortgage? The cap rate doesn't take mortgage into consideration. If we were looking at an ROI, a return on investment, we would look at that. Now that obviously changes depending on how much money you put down, which is why so many people use the cap rate as a metric, because depending on what you put down, I mean, the less you put down, the higher the return on investment, right? So that number is pretty skewed. We want to compare apples to apples. We want to look at these units, both the price per square foot and the cap rate. So 281 Mutual, for you guys that don't know, is pretty centralized location, just outside of the village here at Church and Wellesley. We're down right across here. If you're ever driving south on Jarvis in rush hour and there's a lot of SUVs pulled up and parked illegally, those are parents picking up their daughters from the ballet school. Okay, so don't be afraid to lay on the horn there a little bit and just say, hey, you know what, I'd probably do the same thing. Would we all do the same thing? I think we do the same thing. What are you going to do? Tell your 5-year-old to walk 4 blocks? Anyways, long story short, that's the frame of reference there. So there you go, National Ballet School. So it's right on the other side. So you've got 281 and 285 Mutual. This is 281 and this is 285. Okay, let's move on to the next one here, guys, is 32 Trolley Crescent. Where's 32 Trolley, you ask? Well, there are a lot of units up for sale down in this complex here. Now, this obviously is that sort of Pan Am Games ghetto, right? The Athletes Village, a lot of new developments. Now, I have talked on many occasions about Corktown Common. I love this park. Played with my nieces there when they came in from England last year. There's a splash pad. There's, what's it called? A slide. Oh my God, I'm really on vacation. A slide. I can't think of what a slide is, but it's one of those slides that when you go down it, you don't really slide. You have to like push with your hands. I guess in 2017, like that's the safe space, you know, like God forbid you should go down an actual slide. Anyways, there's a ton of stuff there. There's like this kind of swampy, marshy little thing, which isn't that big a deal, but if you had kids, you can basically tell them, guess what? We are in the jungle. I love it. It's awesome. It's one of the few things that I think our municipal government has done incredibly well, although I believe that was the Mike Harris government in the late 90s that spearheaded this initiative, and it took almost 20 years. Okay, so right, back to selling real estate. So 32 Trolley. So let's go through the numbers here, guys. 379, I said we're going to get this for 375. It's 520 square feet, so that's 721 a square. So the last one was 734, so 721, okay, we're pretty close, right? But this is a newer building. So the rent here is $1,650 a month, and that is because it's a little bit smaller. And again, I'm being conservative. Actually, you know what? I think that was in there. I think the tenant's paying $1,650. But again, I mean, if this was today and you were, you know, getting 8 offers, you could probably get $1,750. But again, I want to look at what the actual rents are. So $298.38 a month for maintenance. And again, if you're asking about hydro, every tenant pays hydro. Okay, every single tenant. And maybe $1,650. This includes, the tenant has to pay their heat and hydro. Maybe that's why. It's only $1,650. So $158 per month is the taxes. And what you end up with here is $14,323.44. So I just multiplied that by 12. So the actual amount, right, we're taking the, should we put this up here? Probably should. I think you guys are following. You got your rent, minus your maintenance fees, minus your taxes, minus your heat and hydro if you pay it, which you don't. That equals basically your net, okay? And that's $11,993.62. That's $14,323.44 per month. And that is a 3.8% cap rate. I can't see where I'm tapping. Let me see if I can see that. There it is, 3.8. Wow, it really is. This is a terrible view. God, I wish I was filming this a different time of day. You guys could see the mountains behind me. It's very cool. The Grand Tetons. Can we put up a photo of that, please? The Grand Tetons. So my front porch looks like right out at the Grand Tetons. It's a fantastic view. Maybe I'll do a little slideshow at the end, a few photos. Okay. Awesome. So that's 32 Trolley. So the next property we're going to look at, guys, is 120 Bayview Avenue, Unit 204. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I didn't even show any photos of the last one. Silly me. There's only 5 of them. There is a sideways photo of what looks like, I believe, the unit. Go on. Oh, okay. Taken with a BlackBerry 8500. Didn't exist. Made that up. Okay, the point is here I wanted to show crappy photos. Anyways, I have an upcoming blog post on artist renderings. If you guys see any artist renderings, send them to me because I'm going to make fun of them. I just love artist renderings when you have like a purple sky or like there's the pool scene and everyone's like really shaping and, you know, are really in shape and good looking. Or like my favorite is the guy swimming in the pool and there's like 8 women just sitting there like this. And these are like artist renderings, right? And anyways, I did that on, I did a post on Festival Tower years ago. I actually scanned a copy of their marketing material. It was unbelievable, like obviously who they were marketing towards. Anyway, so that's upcoming. Okay, so 120 Bayview Avenue, Unit 204. Interesting that they have here a photo of the park. And it says here, 18 acres of pure inspiration. Look, I'm already inspired. So where is 120 Bayview? Well, it's right down here next to, as I said, the park. Trolley Cres is up here. There's a lot for sale in this area. But if you were to look down, I'm going to zoom in here a bit, guys. If you were to look down, you can't really see. Just take my word for it. There's a lot of infrastructure. A lot of these new condos, and in the base of them, you've got restaurants, there's a bike, the bike shop, there's a YMCA, I think there's even a Good Life. So not a bad place to live in terms of, you know, say walking, I don't know, 25 minutes to First Canadian Place, but also in terms of the infrastructure. So 120 Bayview, 388,800. This just came onto the market, but I felt it was a little pricey, so I'm going to say 380,000. It's 523 square feet. That's 727 a square. So now let's review our 3 properties. Number 1 was 734 a square. Number 2 was 721 a square. Number 3 is 727 a square. See what I mean? We're all pretty much in the same area, price per square foot wise, for these properties. So this thing was a $1,700 a month rental. Now, the issue I have with this unit, forget about location, that sort of thing. I look at photos like this. This is an awful layout. Look at this bedroom. Okay, 1, 2, 3. How many walls are in here? It's completely hexagonal. It's just a brutal layout. So I know beggars can't be choosers right now based on how tough the rental market is. You know, but I mean, I don't love this unit. It's also like it's carpeted throughout, and you know, it has a nice little balcony. But you know, everything's micro appliances. And there you go, 9 photos. It's tenanted. What are you going to do? Okay, so this is, what was I saying here? Yes, this is, it was 1,700. Okay, so 1,700 a month. And what we've got is $271.05 per month in maintenance, $131.06 in taxes. What we end up with is $15,574.68 per year net. That is, drumroll please, a 4.1% cap rate. All right, there you go. 4.1% cap rate. That's the second property we've seen at 4%. So it is not impossible. Okay. Are you guys getting bored? I hope not. I'm throwing a lot of numbers at you. One I really want to show off here. Okay, 25 the Esplanade. So first and foremost, if you don't know this building, you really should. Location-wise, here's Yonge, here's Front. Location is unbelievable. In terms of infrastructure, all the way down here. You ever been to the beer market? I used to go there every year for my birthday, starting in the year 2001. I think by 05, they're like, we don't want a table of 12 guys. We're doing just fine, thank you. God, that was a long time ago. Okay, so Esplanade's a lot of fun. You're not too far from over here, Prime St. Lawrence Market area. Love Market Street. That sort of, they did it in a brick road style. It feels almost Parisian. I don't want to say Parisian because people are going to be like, I was in Paris. It feels nothing like it. It feels European. Let me say that. So anyways, you know I'm biased because I live in this area. Birdsey Park, what was that? 3.2 million, 7.8 million. Government spent a lot of money on it. So location's fantastic. The building is amazing. This was built in 1987. You would never know it. It's one of the best run buildings in the city. So what we've got at 389.9 sounds way too good to be true. It is 650 square feet. So are you ready for this? How much is that per square foot? $600 a square foot. Try and figure that out. The first 3 properties, guys, were $734, $721, $727 a square. And here's $600 a square foot. So what are we missing? Is this thing a piece of crap? No, it's not. It's actually nicely renovated. Well, it's actually really nicely staged, but it is updated. It's not original. The kitchen, as you can see, let's go one more here. The kitchen, as you can see, could definitely use actually, no, it's a rental property. I was going to say, definitely use some updating. Yeah, I suppose, if you were living in it, but it's a rental property. Someone's going to be very happy here. So the issue becomes the bedroom. There you go. So take a look at this, guys. Tiny, tiny, tiny little bedroom, but a 650 square foot layout. So it is what it is. Your bedroom is very small. It's enclosed with glass, and you're going to have to find somewhere to put all of your clothing. But this is a $1,900 a month unit. It's 650 square feet. And look at the location. It's $1,900 a month. There's the amenities. I would never swim in that pool. Okay. Now the other issue is, see this? South, facing south from the third floor. So you're looking out at the trains. If you were buying it, you wouldn't like it. You're renting, beggars, choosers, right? We've covered this. So if you're an investor and you're looking at this and you're saying $389.9, $600 a square foot. Now, as far as the numbers go, we've got $389.9. It's selling for this price. It's probably going to sell for more, to be honest with you, but let's use $389.9. Maintenance is $402.17 a month. Again, that's a lot higher than what we've been looking at, but the square footage is pretty different. $158.23 for taxes. This brings you to $16,075.20 net per year. That is a 4.1% cap rate. There we go. We just did it again. That's a 4.1% cap rate. We've done 4%, 3.8, 4.1, and now 4.1 again. Okay, one more property here, guys. We have 318 King Street East, Unit 411. So where is this? This is down near Staples Business Depot. Is that what it's called? Zoom in here. Where is Staples? There it is. Staples. Yes, Staples. It's where I get all my duotangs from. Do you remember duotangs? No? Okay, because I do. I loved them. 1992 to 1994 inclusive. Just putting pieces of paper in there. Those little metal ties, flatten it down all nice. I love those. And sticky notes in the front. You know, I had a good deal with my mom. My mom let us buy whatever school supplies we wanted as long as we did well in school. So I would walk in and basically buy like the Cadillac of highlighters. Every other kid is using like a hand-me-down piece of crap that, you know, you really got to rub. I pull out like, thanks guys. I have pink, yellow, orange, green, blue, and it cost $7.99. $7.99. I had Lakit. Do you remember Lakit? You don't remember Lakit? I had Lakit. It was on fire. And my mom let me buy whatever I want as long as I got straight A's. And that sounds like the worst deal ever for me, because for $40 worth of school supplies, I did nothing but work. And also paper. Remember paper, like lined paper? Be like limit 10 per household because they were like 79-cent door crasher. Anyways, if you're watching this right now and you're getting ready to take your kids to Staples to buy school supplies, seriously, not a bad idea. Make that deal with them because it sure worked for me. And pens. Really into the rollerball. Got into those in 1994. Just never been able to escape them. Anyways, you can read about this and more in my new book, Trip Down Memory Lane by David Fleming. Seriously, I just cannot avoid all these tangents about childhood, which I really enjoyed. Okay, one more, guys. Where were we? Right, 318 King, across from the school supply store. So 424,700. I'm going to look at this one and say we're getting this for $420,000. It's only 543 square feet, so that's $773 a square. Now that is the most expensive. Now that we're at the 5, I'd like to roll them down again. Okay, 281 Mutual was $734 a square. 32 Trolley was $721 a square. 120 Bayview was $727 a square. 25 the Esplanade was $600 a square, and now we're at 318 King is $773 a square. Okay, so that is the most expensive. Why is it? Well, I don't know. This one too is sold conditionally, so somebody like that. Location, school supplies, right. 318 King is a little further than, say, 168 King at Jarvis, King George Square, 230 King at Sherbourne, King's Court. I should know that. I live there. So it's a little bit further east, but, you know, close to the distillery, close to Corktown. My positive spin on it anyways. So another beauty here. We've got 4 photos. Okay, yeah, not of the unit, not of the unit, and not of the unit. Perfect. So guys, if you own an investment property, anytime it's vacant, take photos. Because when you go to put it on MLS, the last thing you want is to do this. So right now we've got a tenant in here for $1,750 a month. $1,750 a month, minus $322.27 in maintenance, minus $157.69 in taxes. We have a net of $15,240.48, $15,240.48 per year, which out of the $420,000 price is only 3.6%. So this one just a little too expensive for my liking. The price per square foot too high, the cap rate too low, and I don't quite understand the price. You know, and there's things like this. This makes no sense to me, guys. This is $379,000 for 434 square feet. That's $873. I think that's $873. Let me just do this. Let me go, because I did this beforehand. You're actually hanging on for me to do this, for me to type this in my calculator. $873. $873 a square foot. That's insane, $873 a square foot. This thing's not even finished yet. This is an assignment. It's supposed to be done in March of 2018. Who the hell in their right mind would pay $873 a square foot for a 434 square foot piece of crap? Not me. Go and buy the place at the Esplanade. Hell, go and buy the place at Radio City. Any of these with an over 4% cap rate, to me, is what you should be looking for. So the days of 5% cap rates, guys, are gone. I've got a couple of clients that are, if you find me a 5% cap rate, I'll buy it. I mean, you've really got to push to find that, and the bar has been set very high if that's what you're looking for. So again, we've got 4.1s and we've got 4.0s on here. Those aren't bad. On a long enough time horizon, you're going to find some 4.3s and 4.4s. But the reality is, I think that the difference between a 4.2 and a 4.4% cap rate should not make or break the decision for you, whether or not you're buying this place. You should be looking at the age of the building. You should be looking at how much maintenance fees have gone up. You should be looking at the location, and you should be looking at the price per square foot of the unit. So all things considered, the cap rate is extremely important. It's what we use right now to compare apples to apples, but it cannot be the be-all and end-all. Anyways, guys, that is it for me for this week. If I didn't go off on enough tangents and didn't rant enough, it's because I'm actually relaxed. Down here in Idaho, I shot a 76 on the golf course. It's the best score of my life, just by far. Just obliterated it, and I am not that good a golfer. 76. You know what that is? That's magic. That's the only way to describe it. That is magic. I didn't believe in magic, but now I do. The magic of vacation. Anyways, as I said in the intro, why am I still doing Pick 5? Why am I still working? I have a bizarre sense of loyalty to my clients and to my readers and my viewers and my followers. What can I say? Buying real estate is one of the most important things people are ever going to do in their life, and I can't imagine leaving somebody high and dry. Whether or not they buy that house that they're going to be in for 20 years, I just can't do it. I can't go away for, however long and just leave people. I have a colleague who owns a brokerage, and he said he's going to Australia for 6 weeks. I'm like, what is that like? Anyways, we all run our business differently. So I'll be back next week, guys. Do another Pick 5 from down here. Hopefully we can go outside for the next one. I really want to show you the grounds and the scenery. Anyways, guys, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.